Micah Parsons, if he plays and stays healthy, can be the best defender in the league and win that. But that's just me. So that's my thoughts on it.
It's a great point for us.
Law.
I was just going to say, with everything is posturing, right? We know he's going to sign him. It's just that we got to pin the tail on the donkey every time. And all this does is just create a divide, because there are some Cowboy fans with the belief that they shouldn't pay Parsons, or they should trade Parsons and get rid of Parsons and these sorts of things. So if Jerry just go ahead and pay Parsons and then worry about the ancillary pieces like on the Osa down the stretch, then that would have been a better situation. But Jerry did it backwards. He paid Osa first. And I'm not saying that Osa is devalued or not as valuable as Parsons, but Parsons should be the go-to guy in this whole equation. So now we're working backwards. We know he's going to get paid. I guess maybe now we're waiting for Trey Henderson to get paid, and then we pay Parsons. I don't know the game, but it is for what it is at this point.
Hey, Steele, real quick before you go, someone in the chat said that's what the reporters want. I find it maybe nationally.
There's some of them.
John doesn't.
I would be just
John,
fine. I'm just thinking of everybody that I talk to that covers the team. Like we're kind of exhausted with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just said, it would be more interesting if there was a different end result with even one player over 10 years. If you were just but remember with so-and-so, they let him walk and they were playing hardball with him. There's nobody like that. There's no DeMarco Murray, not in that category. Byron Jones, not in that category. DeMarcus Ware, they thought he was done. That's not in that category. I'm talking about Dak. I'm talking about, Des Bryant, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, all those, the guys ended up getting their money, after whatever. So from my perspective, if this was a different team where this stuff doesn't normally happen, maybe, I'd say, that is, as from a reporting standpoint, it makes it interesting. I'm good with it, to be honest with you. I would have had no problem if Micah got his deal done 3 weeks ago and we went into camp and we went in that press conference and all we were asking about is how they're going to do things with the new coaching staff and position battles, whatever. But when you have arguably, like Foot said, maybe the best defensive player in the game, that's a big topic not to be talking about.
Is it though? Because of what you said. This happens all the time. I would have loved if y'all got together and y'all just did a boycott contract question. Don't say anything. Let's see if Jerry just brings it up himself to see if he wants to be the guy to really. We know he does, but let him, give him the rope to hang himself. I don't mean literally, y'all, because people clip this up and Sky wants Jerry to. No, I don't. I'm just saying, give him enough rope and let him kick away the chair himself. I would have loved if everybody would just went in there straight football questions or straight what will happen with Trayvon Diggs or what have you, because that was interesting. Contract, Micah Parsons, to me, come on, it's going to happen. Jerry Jones is Detective Frank Drebin from Naked Gun. He no one takes him serious. He says all these silly, crazy things. Sometimes he'll hit, on some of the things he's saying, but I don't care about what he has to say about contracts when it comes to the top of the market players, because he's going to pay them. And John, you don't ask these type of questions unless it's legitimate questions, but there are reporters that constantly ask these weird questions. What information are we getting from this? What is Detective Frank Drebin, Jerry Jones really going to give us besides talking about, middle fingers and rectums and talking about, his show and come on, y'all. Football.
I will say I did find it a little bit fascinating that, okay, I don't know that all the way down because I've been busy. So I don't know every little detail with Trey Hendrickson right now. And there really hasn't been much that I've heard out of Detroit with Aiden Hutchinson. But obviously TJ Watt's done. If he wasn't, he would be in the same category, with these top edge rushers trying to get paid. Obviously his got done because obviously the Steelers don't want distractions. But I do find it interesting that Jerry and Steven have still not talked to David Mulligata. I mean, that's just wild to me. I'm sorry. You can not be into the contract talks or not. That's wild to me that still has not happened yet.
Jerry is so smart, though. He basically would say that Micah Parsons is still under contract and he's obligated.
He said it.
He's definitely saying that.
Exactly. So is Jerry, John, is pretty much telling us who's absolutely running this thing by saying that, hey, he don't talk to the agents, he don't talk to X, Y, and Z, he only talk to the principals. And now that we're hearing that Stephen Jones is doing all of the talking, because Stephen Jones did lament the fact that he's the one that's talking to David Mulugeta. And then earlier today, Micah Parsons saying that, hey, David Mulugeta called the front office and he haven't gotten any return yet. So is some of this is being leaked out that basically Stephen Jones is running this ship?
I still think, I mean, I've always thought that the percentage goes up by the year of his influence, but still at the end of the day, especially with these big contract things, I mean, you can make the argument that that's the thing that Jerry is most interested in being involved in, you know? I mean, it's not like they have these disappointing seasons, and it's not like Jerry's angry for months. You know, I mean, he loves talking to the media. He loves being out in training camp. He loves being out here in California. You know, he loves the fun stories of things. I mean, that probably factors in with hiring Brian Schottenheimer, you know, with, you know, the son of Marty and a guy that, you know, you thought would be a head coach 10 years ago and he hasn't gotten the chance. And now all of a sudden they didn't think he would be the guy. And then all of a sudden he impresses them. And now I mean, Jerry loves all that story side of it and all too. But in terms of like the old 90s Jerry, where he was probably really like, you know, and maybe he still is, and I don't know how he is with his oil and drilling and real estate business. But in terms of football, like the contract stuff is the one part left where I really feel that Jerry is the 90s Jerry, of how he'll be petty and dug in, because a lot of the other stuff that he does, like it just seems like it's a little bit like he's happy just to be owning an NFL team, and it's just kind of a fun thing for him.
I mean, he said that the other year. I think it was last year when he said, "Hey man, I didn't buy this for my kids. I bought this for me, and until I'm gone, I'm gonna run it my way." Jay-Z got a lyric that reminds me of kind of what Jerry said when he was like, "Hey, you know, I don't talk to the agents, man. I let so and so do it." And Steven said, "Yeah, I do it." And he says, Jay-Z, that is, a brother gotta admire me from 4 fiends away. Like that's kind of what Jerry is saying. Like, hey, I don't deal directly with the street level people. You know what I'm saying? I deal with Goodell. I'm talking to the owners. I'm gonna let my son, you know, deal with all that other stuff. Or I'm gonna let he brought up Adam, right? Adam Pacifica. People who don't know who that is, that's the friend of the friend. That's the homie, Stephen Jones, little homie, that's really running these numbers. And he should probably be up out of here. But so Jerry, I think, was really kind of, he was trying to big up everybody to say, I don't deal with these contracts for real till it's time to sign. And I think that is why this is unique in a negative way. The way the Cowboys operate these deals, this is the issue. You got to admire me from 4 fiends away. You got 4 different people that are dealing with one contract.
Well, another factor in this though too is that there's no question Jerry thought they were close on a deal a few months ago, and it moved to the point where, okay, Jerry and Mike had these talks and it seemed like it was close. And then when David Mulugeta and Micah talked, then it was like, now the deal's not happening. And I bet you that there's a part of Jerry that felt like we did the parameters of every part of this deal that I thought was fair, you thought was fair, and now your agent is the one that doesn't want this to go through. So now Jerry, almost in a way, is going to be like, I'm angry at the agent. Now he's not going to say that, but he's going to do it in his own little like Jerry jab ways, you know, about like, oh, I don't know the agent's name and things like that. You know, I think that is a factor too, that Jerry thought a few months ago that they were really close and it was about to be done. And then now here we are.
Hey, John.
But we can go back to football. I just want